guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a mini chit chat get ready with me, as well as a giveaway, which I will be explaining towards the end of the video. Now, I will be using the new Jawbreaker Collection from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And to be quite honest, you guys, I am a bit nervous about making this video, as I will be discussing some unpopular opinions about the YouTube mommy community. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. As most of you guys know, Marlena Stell from Makeup Geek released a video this week called Dear Influencers, and it was just, the first part talking about her experience as an influencer with the beauty community, and talking about how back in the day the beauty community was all about fun and creating looks and not so much about the money, and how everything just kind of like hit the fan for a while. And she kind of talks about influencers who still fit into that category of everything is fun and all about the looks, and they really aren't so much concerned with money. Now, I'm not saying that influencers shouldn't be paid for their hard work, because you really should be. You are putting the time and the effort and all that into creating something and putting content out there. So you really should be paid for your work. But I think what she was trying to get at is that some people can be excessive with what they're asking, or not so much transparent with their subscribing. Now, it's sad what the beauty community has morphed itself into, because I do remember a time where it was all fun and games. I remember watching Dulce Candy, Candy Johnson, Nicole Guerrero, Bethany Mata, Michelle Phan, who was huge back in the day. And I feel like they weren't concerned so much with production, how money or anything like that. It was more so about the content that they were putting and the looks that they were creating. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be paid for the stuff that you put out there, for all of your hard work, because you should be paid. But I think the issue lies is when you're not transparent about sponsorships and codes. It's the deceit in and of it all. And I do think that, in my opinion, the mommy community here on YouTube does fall under that as well, because there are bigger channels on here who are sometimes not as transparent with all their sponsorships and stuff like that as you would like them to be. But that is my unpopular opinion about it. I've watched countless mommy vloggers going from vlogging their day-to-day to these Instagram perfect personas, and to be quite frank, I highly doubt that their lives are anything like that. I know that they're trying to be aspirational and goals and have a beautiful feed, because it does create a following. People gravitate towards those things. But at the same time, it is also miles away from what motherhood is really like for a lot of women. It's never picture perfect for a lot of us, especially for me. Speaking for myself, there's never a day where there's something that just gets to you, or you're having something that you're struggling with, or some difficulty, and I feel like they don't reflect that at all. And if their life is truly picture perfect, then send me the secret, because I definitely would like to have that in my life. But the point is that I'm trying to make, with the whole Marlena Stell influencer video and with the YouTube mommy community, is that, again, the YouTube mommy community can be as vicious and as toxic as the beauty community. It's not just quarantined to the beauty community. You guys can see it for sure that, these bigger channels go from collabing with one another and going on family trips to ending their friendship and talking about each other, shading one another, or trying to one-up one another in views, in subscriber counts, in sponsorships, etc. Like, you guys aren't dumb. You guys could definitely see that. Then they also sometimes don't disclose when they're posting a video that is sponsored, or they kind of leave it for you to figure out that it's a sponsored video. And I don't think that's right or fair, because that is definitely a biased video. If you were sent something for free, you know, you have to say that it was sent to you for free, or else, you know, you create a distrust between your subscribers and yourself, and that's not cool in my opinion. You know, like I said, with the whole sponsorship, like, they go from gushing about a product or a brand like HelloFresh, and then in the next video they're talking about Blue Apron, but you're stuck with, I thought you liked HelloFresh. But what happened? And like I said, I'm not saying that these moms shouldn't be making money, because again, you are putting content out there, you are spending time filming yourself, editing, etc. So you should be paid for your work, but you should be honest about it. And, you know, that's another unpopular opinion on here, that a lot of people do think that YouTube isn't work, but trust me, until you get in front of the camera and start editing and start filming yourself and putting content out there, you don't realize how much work it really is. But that's a whole separate video. The problem becomes when you are no longer authentic and in touch with reality. Like, for me, I remember when I was pregnant and trying to come up with a baby registry, like items that I wanted. As a first-time mom, you don't know jack. You're trying to figure it out. And so I went onto YouTube, and all these mommy vloggers kept promoting. Oh no. As I was saying, they kept promoting the same products over and over again. For example, the Up Baby stroller, travel system. That thing is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, it's beautiful, but it is not feasibly possible in our budget. That's rent. That thing is rent money for us. And from what I saw, you either bought just a stroller, or you bought the travel system, and the travel system is expensive in and of itself. Like, that's just, like I said, rent money. And if you just buy the stroller, then you have to buy a separate car seat, which is stupid. So I ultimately ended up going with the Greco, I think it's called the Greco Click Connect travel system, something like that. And I love that thing. It wasn't expensive. It was about maybe less than $200, and it does its job. It is perfect. I have no complaints about that thing. And that's what I am trying to get at too. Like, some of these bigger channels and bloggers are not really in touch with reality, because who in reality can afford a $1,200 or a $1,400 stroller for our baby? Not many of us. And so to be promoting that product when most of the time you know it was sent to them for free, and they barely use it, because you could see it that in their videos they sometimes use it maybe once or twice, and then they have a whole other stroller that they use. Not cool. When I gave birth, I was scared shitless, you guys. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Still have no idea what the hell I'm doing. But I am definitely more comfortable in my role as a mom right now, as opposed to 10 months ago, where I was just scared, didn't want to be left alone with my kid because I did not know what the hell I was doing. And I actually had to call one of Miguel's aunt to come here like the first couple of days, because like I said, I was scared and I did not want to be alone. And then My mom came, and those were the best 2 weeks of my life because, you know, she was helping me in my new role, transition into momhood. So that was great. And I feel like most of these ladies don't show that. And that's motherhood too. A lot of us do struggle with the transitioning of being a mom and all the responsibilities that come with it. And that's not showcased at all. And I also feel like a lot of these women don't talk about postpartum or baby blues or postpartum depression. It's like a taboo. And when I was going through that, I wanted to see or relate to somebody that was going through this and say, hey, it's okay. This is also part of motherhood. You'll survive. And I only got that from a few what you would consider micro influencers. And not gonna lie, seeing these moms who were portraying that they had their whole lives put together, had clean apartments, were walking after hours after giving birth, I did feel kind of crappy and awful about it because I couldn't do most of those things. I had a C-section, so I was limited in the things that I could do for a while. And I felt like I was failing in my new role and that I wasn't being productive. Now, I've gotten to the point where I just don't give a crap. If my dishes aren't done, then they aren't done and they'll get done the next day. If my apartment is not clean, I'll get to it when I get to it. That's just where I am at this point because I'm not focused on curating a picture perfect Instagram. I'm more focused on my child, making sure that she is okay, that she is fed, that all her needs are met before anything else. And I don't want to come off that I am put together or that my life is all together and figured out, because it's not. I don't have it figured out. And I think you guys can see that in my videos. I think I've shown you guys bits and pieces and glimpses of what my life is like, and that's what I want my channel to reflect. Real motherhood, you know, where you can be open about your postpartum and be open about having a messy apartment, because that's the state that my apartment is right now. It's messy and I need to clean it, and there's just not enough time and hours in the day to do that. During these tough moments, I definitely wanted to relate to somebody who was going through the same struggles as I was and say, hey, you're gonna be fine. This is no biggie. It's part of motherhood. And like I said, there were only a few people who reflected that, and aside from my mom, of course, that just spoke about it and said that this was normal, that, you know, it's part of motherhood and you're going to be fine. Like, don't worry about it. And I do want to thank those influencers or YouTubers, because, you know, I am able to relate that, and I felt like I wasn't going mad or crazy for feeling the way that I was feeling. And those that I feel that really showcase that and showcase what motherhood is really like are Ariana from The Godwa of Life, Juliana XO or Juliana Avila, sometimes you might know her as that. Who else? We also have the Kappa's clan. I just recently found them and I love her channel. Dina from Being the Bakers. I've met her and we've known each other since we went to community college together, and she definitely shows the real deal on her channel, and I love that. Also, Rachel Ann, I think that's how you say her name. I definitely related to her morning routine because that's what mine is. It's crazy, it's hectic. I have to wake up like either at 6:30 or 6:45 just to be ready for work. and get there on time. And to, you know, that's crazy. If I don't wake up at a certain hour, I am definitely going to be late for work, and that's not acceptable. And lastly, she is not a YouTuber, but we connected over our blogging, and that is Christina. She has an amazing humor, and we connected over our not so perfect pregnancies and how motherhood was definitely a kick in the butt. So you guys should definitely check her blog post out. I'll link that in the description box below. But yeah, I just feel like these people have been the only few. I'm pretty sure, I kid, I'm pretty sure that there are more people out there that have and can reflect this. It's just that these big time YouTube mommy vloggers don't reflect that. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't gotta mention names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. And I feel like as women and as a community of mommies, we should definitely be supportive of one another and talk about issues that are considered taboo. But that's just my 2 cents. And hopefully you guys, you know, enjoyed this mini rant and ramble, because I am quite nervous about filming this part, like I mentioned earlier, and hopefully you guys don't crucify me. So this is the final look. I love how it turned out. I typically don't wear a bold eye look with a bold lip color, but it is summer and it's time to play with fun colors. I am actually pleasantly surprised with the Mini Breaker palette. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I thought I would, and I'm really impressed with his formula for his eyeshadow palettes. I think I mentioned it before in the video earlier. I've never tried his eyeshadows, so I was pleasantly surprised at how good they really work and how blendable they are. In regards to his liquid lipsticks, I do feel like this formula in particular is a bit sheer compared to his other liquid lipsticks, but I don't mind it. The color is amazing. I knew I was going to love it off the bat anyway, so I don't mind. It's a winner for me. Hope you guys didn't mind my YouTube mommy community rant. I just felt like I needed to kind of vent and how I've been observing and kind of feeling in regards to the community. I do feel that the community could be more supportive and provide more guidance to new moms as opposed to just a bunch of sponsorships and codes and this non-existent picture perfect motherhood lifestyle. I want to see a community that shows real things, like things that mothers struggle with every single day, whether that's postpartum depression, talking about how they got out of that. Did they go to therapy? Did they seek out other help from, I don't know, their community, etc. Whether or not, you know, they are struggling with day-to-day activities, being a single mom, being a military wife, and a solo parent at the same time. What is your routine with your husband or your significant other with your children? I want to see that in this community, and I feel like we can definitely provide that. We can definitely cultivate and bring good stuff and good content into this community. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and before I forget, I do have a giveaway, and the way to enter this giveaway is you have to be a subscriber to my channel or subscribe, like this video, turn on your post notifications, and leave a comment in the comment section below that you have entered. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.